Welcome back to CC's Garage. Get out of the sun a little bit. Today we're going to be doing a little something again. Parts that I've had in the garage since back in September. And surprisingly, we're going to be working on the F350 again. With this today, I'm going to go in and replace this dash pad. I had a cover over, so I cut this out to get it level. The cover was one you get from LMC truck, you can see. And it didn't, the adhesive they sent didn't hold it down good. I've heard other people talk about it, but old pad's cracked up and everything. So what I'm gonna do, pretty well got everything set up. I'm gonna set this hopefully where I can get a good angle on it and show you how to get this pad out, what all it takes to remove it. And then when I get done, I'm going to do a little bit, before I put the new one in, I'm going to do a little cleaning on the dash. I was trying to hold off on doing the pad until after I painted the truck, inside the interior and all. But that's going to be over a year probably. So I'm tired of looking at this dash. So let me get you set up here so where I can get the camera where I want it, and we'll start videotaping this. Okay, I'm going to start here by pulling out the glove box insert. Move that. Okay, there we go there. Then we're going to pull the trim piece off for the radio, which I don't have one up here right now. I've got one that I'm going to get reworked to go back in here. I don't know if I need to, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the ashtray out of my way. And then we'll get over here back on the driver's side and get you turned around to where you can see what I'm going to do over there. Well, okay. Get back around here and going to pull out the gauge panel on that side. Move you over to where you're not looking at the side of my head the whole time I'm doing this. Okay. And I don't know if you can... I don't know if you can see it or not, but right here's my temporary radio below the switches and all, and the reason I'm going to be changing out is I plan on putting air conditioning in here at a later date. Because I do live on the coast of South Carolina where it gets kind of warm during the summer. I had a 79 Mustang at one time, and I wouldn't drive it at all during summer. It was black, loved the little car to death, but it was just too hot to drive. About like a convertible I've got. It's nice to drive during the summer, but once the sun starts beaming down on top of you, you start getting the sunburn on the top of your head. Now, I've messed with a couple of bolts on the bottom side of this dash pad before, and I'll show you where I've done that, because that's where I mounted the Gear Vendors Overdrive controller and the ACM for the Holley Pro Flow up above the glove box. Out of the way, out of the weather. Well, it's supposed to be out of the weather. I found out my windshield leaks, but I do have a new gasket to go in there. I just haven't talked to the right person yet to put my new windshield, take this one out and put the new one in. Okay. Get back around here and hit the wiring. And I gotta go get a wrench to take off the speedometer cable, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I didn't bring you back as I took the speedometer cable loose. I just grabbed a small adjustable. It was easier than try to fight to find what I needed. Now we'll get up under here and look inside the dash at the bolts that hold this on and everything. Okay, as you can see, multiple bolts down through there. Then I don't know if we can get a good look, but back in here on the back side, there's at least one there, and we'll just go down through here looking all the way and see how many we've got. And then over on this side, you can see the plate that I made along with the controllers that are up there to run the overdrive and the fuel injection. So it's hard to see under this dash, so I'm going to cut you off. I'll pull all the get that light cut down. There we go, get the light shut off. I'm going to pull all the nuts off of the back of the studs that come out of the dash to hold the pad down. And I'll bring you back when I get that done, and we'll take a look at the new dash and get everything ready to go in. Okay, got the dash pad loose. You pull it out and then you go up with it. As you can tell, there we go, we got it pulled out. Which I agree with a lot of people. And I got the rotation locked again. Slide to unlock. Well, we'll just flip it back over this way. This dash does look a lot better without the pad on it. But I don't feel like going back in and filling all the holes up across the top and everything. You can see we got some trash that got up in front of it on both sides. I'm gonna get in here, clean that up, and then I'll bring you back and show you what the new pad looks like. Okay, cleaned off the top of the dash. Come back in here, and let's see if I can get a little better light. Cut that off. Let's try a different light there. I've took a little bit of rubbing compound to this dash. And it's not showing up good on camera. But where I've took the rubbing compound to it, like on this height of the door, compared to that height of the door, I can, sitting here I can tell the difference. Let's see. Try this again with the light above it and block the sun out. Yeah, it just doesn't show up like I want it to. But I can tell the difference. So what I'm using to do that is just some Turtle Wax clear rubbing compound. Which is definitely making a difference in how this thing looks. I'm trying to, you know, just clean it up a little bit. This truck's got a lot of, I don't know if you can, just dull, dirty. I mean, it was an old art truck for ages. And they have done some repainting in here. But, let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see it around this a little bit of this spot and just the dirt. So what I'm using rubbing compound for is just trying to take some of that out. Let's see if I can get you set up where we can look at that. Get the camera to flip again. Of course, it's doing the lock thing. Does everybody else have as much problems with the GoPro as I do at times? Okay, let's try this again. And it still didn't flip. Okay, let's see what we can... Well, the orientation was supposed to change, but it doesn't want to for some reason. Well, I'll just flip it when I do the video or editing. Okay. What I do is I just take a little bit of this rubbing compound. And I'm just using an old shop towel right now. We'll get in here. Just kind of work it around, and I'll come back with a buffing pad. Okay, let's get you down in this area where it's a little darker. Now, if this was a darker color paint, it'd probably show up a lot better what I'm doing. But it feels a lot better than it did. Kind of still hard to see. well, maybe not. You can see how it's a little glossier here. And if you look right here on this side, you can see where I didn't do it, and this side you did. This GoPro, I just don't think is picking it up quite as well as it should. So let me go in the garage, grab the new dash pad, we'll get it put on, and I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like when I get. Okay, I got it out here. Like I said, I picked this up at the F100 Super National Show back in the fall in Pigeon Forge. One nice thing about getting this stuff at car shows is you don't have to pay shipping. And you can pull it out of the box, which you can see this one's already been out, and you can look at it. This is made from off original Ford tooling. And looking to see if it said who it was made by. But packaged nice, was able to get a good look at it. We'll put the old one, which is original, and the new one here side by side. I would leave the box cutter in the garage. This does have an instruction sheet from dashdirect.com on it for dyeing, which I'm not going to be doing. Okay, original Ford. Looks like it. Both of them have about the same amount of padding there. Now this one, okay, comes with the little wooden strips to hold the shape, which is interesting. This one here, nowhere does it show Ford in it. The new one does. The old one might be a little thicker, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Flip it over, and here's where it's going to make the difference in the truck. I don't know how well you can see the difference, other than just a big hole I cut in it and the cracks and all, but how faded that one is compared to this one. So let's take this around here and get it put back in the truck. Oh. Now you're watching as I do this just to see how hard it is to get it to go in right. Okay, let's set this up and get the bolts lined up. Okay. It looks like the tricky part's going to be getting, get this light on, let's see if you can see it, getting these to line up with these holes. The back's lining right up as it should, so I'm going to get off here and get these lined up, and going to cut you off because I don't want you to hear me cussing if it ain't going easy. I'll bring you back when I get to the next point. Okay, we've got it set in here. Haven't tightened it down yet. It's got a nice fit. I have run into one problem with this, and I should have looked at it. These bolts that they put in the dash pad now are fine thread. The original were coarse. So now I've got to go find replacement nuts for every one of them. It would have been nice if they would have just put the same studs in the dash pad as the factory had. But everybody's going to metric, so I guess I think they need to bring these trucks over to metric. Of course, I could be wrong. It could just be a fine thread standard, but kind of doubt it. So let me go see if I can find the right nuts for this. Okay, I got the dash pad reinstalled. It actually looks pretty nice here. Still got to clean it up. Now, while I was at it, I've been having trouble with my fuel gauge not registering right. I picked up a tester a while back at a MPD. Oh, this is just a little box. There it shows you with the that it's got power. First click, it's supposed to run the gauge up to full, so we'll sit here and watch and see how high up it comes. Which normally when I fill up either tank, this is the general area it ends up in and stopping. So, as you can see, for full, it goes a little over 3/4. And the next test says middle, which will be half a tank. Now the way the fuel gauges work in the tank is it's a grounded resistance. And the ohms of resistance is determined by how high up the float's setting against it. Which I've already gone and checked the secondary tank, and it ohms out like it's supposed to. Now here it shows that at a half a tank, which is the middle, we're setting right. Now the next one, it should go down to empty. And I know that when I get to empty, I've still got about a half a tank in the secondary tank, which is only a 16-gallon tank, and about the same in the front tank, which is a 19-gallon tank. Now the secondary tank was in the truck when I bought it. It's putting one of the compartments on the utility box. I'm looking at buying another tank to go in the very back at a later date. And it's slowly, yeah, it's getting down to about a, these things don't respond super fast. And if you get to looking below it, on the alternator it does amps. I've actually changed that out. I no longer have the voltage regulator that was on the truck. These things didn't work right from the factory anyhow. So there's a guy I can send these gauges off to. He will change this one over to a volt gauge from the amp gauge and make it look right. He'll recalibrate this one, and you can send your oil pressure gauge and get it recalibrated, and your temperature gauge also. So that's what I'll be doing at a later date, but that won't be happening until after, well, I'll do it while I've got the motor out, rebuilding the motor. So, but all in all, other than the difference in the threads, which we went from 10/24 to 10/32 nut on this dash pad, I'm very happy with how it's installed, and it looks 10,000 times better than the factory one did. And it looks better than the layover you can get that glues on the factory pad. So I appreciate you watching CC's Garage, and we'll see you next week with another one.